Hello, everybody. Just give me a moment. I got to fight with, well, my stream. All right. Gotta get used to this. 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 All right. All right. Well, as you can see, I've got a Zaku warrior. I decided, well, after some finagling with some other people, to let them pick what I was going to build. And a couple of people said they wanted to see me do another Zaku. Like, well, okay. I had another one, but I decided to go with the Zaku warrior because without it meaning to, I've been wearing green all day, so why not? Plus, I missed out on Zaku Day. And this kit comes from Canadian Gundam. I bought kits from basically everywhere at this point. Canadian Gundam is one of my favorite places to buy from, but not my absolute favorite. Alright, only a few runners, so this should be a relatively easy kit. Keyword, should be. Not really a fan of this minty green. It's hard to see it properly because I've got two different kinds of lighting over here, but it's mint and then a dark forest green for the base armor, which it works, but I might end up painting this thing at a later time. Oh, should have shut that. And thankfully, it only comes with one sticker, and that is for the eye. Bunch of polycaps. For those wondering, this kit is from 2004. So, not the oldest kit I've built, but I'm kind of working my way forward and back. I've got a bunch of newer kits that I've yet to open. Color guide. Oh. Looks like there's a bunch of little things that are going to need painted at one point or another. Put this sticker right over here. All right. Now, I wanted to try the newer to me, the two-prong method. However, I believe I lent my stepfather my other pair of nippers. So I've got 2 pairs of God hands and a set of entry grade that I usually use to cut gates, but unfortunately I am... Where's this piece? Okay. Trying to be as careful as I can because I actually broke my other pair of God hands. Okay, and D. This is not an original print of this kit, but it's still a little rough. Let's see. All right. So, of these Seed Zakus, there's a couple variants, which is mostly just a color swap. Oh, hey, Count. No, it's no issue. I get it. All right. As a reminder, since I want to make you go back and rewatch, this is the Zaku Warrior. It's a kit from 2004. I have to hit that later. And while I'm not very knowledgeable on Gundam Seed and Seed Destiny, I do know there are variants of this mobile suit for different jobs, basically. The one I saw first and instantly fell in love with is the Slash Zaku Phantom, because it's got a big old beam axe, and I love my hammers and axes. Oh. If you guys can hear Discord going off, that's my bad. I keep forgetting to mute it before I stream. Actually, you know what? Let me do that right now. And I'll snap these 2 pieces together. So, from what I understand, the Zaku's, the Zaku Warriors were replacing, what's it called? The Jin, which was another basic grunt unit. So, and military. There were forced labor units within Seed and Seed Destiny. I think the Astrays, or not Astray. What was that? Wait, how's this supposed to go on? Just put this on backwards. No, I put it on right. So it'll sit there. And this will sit here. But the Astrays or what was made from the Astrays, the Marasamis. Hello, Annie. Became so I don't know. Like I said, Gundam Seed was not my thing. I keep getting told multiple things about like how it was written. It was weird, and I've just had a lot of people I know complain about it, so I've not really gotten a deep dive into it. Let's see, C19, C19. I want to go back and watch some of the older series before I jump into Seed. Going to be vacuuming up nubs for weeks. PC7. PC7, okay. 2 of these. For Gundam, most people are waiting to watch the new, well, I say new, but it's actually a remake of a lost original episode. Doan Cruz's Island will be coming out. And it's got some interesting art behind it because it uses combination of 2 other styles. No. Don't do that. Bad PC. Okay. PCM. But as for things that I've been currently watching, well, I think I already told you I was watching My Dress Up Darling. Is A10. Oh, Jesus. And I don't normally watch something while it's still being released, since I prefer to binge everything afterwards. But it was too cute. I had to look into it. Okay, so that is the back of it. I don't know if you're still going to be into building any, but get yourself a pair of sharp tweezers like this for stickers, and also picking up these little pieces to fit them in. Well, you should already have a pair of nippers, because I pointed out a bunch of good ones, but a nice set of fine point, almost stab your eye out, like these, because I mean, I can get it to focus. I've stabbed myself a couple times with these. Get back in there. All right. Let's see now. Kami is a good one. I've been reading that manga on and off for a while, and I was happy it got an anime, but meh. I know people that like it and people that hate it, so. All right. Now, you can tell this is an older style of kit because this is what your shoulder and arm will plug into. These little, and that's not great. So posing on this is going to be pretty bad, but I'd still rather buy a bunch of these because they're just grunt suits than spend $40 to $50 or more for the newer tech master grades. A19, A18, and C6. I'll watch clips, but I've yet to actually sit down and watch a full episode of Dragon Ball Super. It's not a horrible show or anything, because I mean, I grew up watching Dragon Ball, and then of course I watched Dragon Ball Z just because everybody else was watching it. I did manage to avoid GT for the most part. Oh, come on. Oh, almost actually snipped at the part. Let's see. Stressed the part. That's fine. Like I said. I don't know. It depends on what you like. I liked Dragon Ball a little bit more than Dragon Ball Z because it was more martial arts based. But, yeah. Again, everybody has their preferences. Yeah, everyone I know says GT is horrid, except for some of the fights midway and about near the end of the series. All right. Oh, goody, white plastic. Oops. Oh well. Okay. Oh, Annie. The reason I delayed this stream was because I was trying to buy another kit. It was one of those premium Bandai kits. So you have to pre-order it. It sold out in less than 30 seconds. Not every Garbodor horde. Just the good ones. All right, which side is this? This is this side. Ooh, yeah. Sorry if I'm cutting off of the camera. I've got it balanced kind of weirdly, because this is the first time I've set this up since I added the second screen. So my computer's over here, and my little TV is right here. And when I'm building without streaming, which isn't very often, I usually have YouTube running on this and music playing over here. Oh. And if anyone's wondering why I'm trying to save all the little nubs that I'm clipping off, if I really damage something, I can put the little plastic bits that I've cut off into Tamiya's rubber cement, and it actually melts the plastic together, so I can just stir it up until the plastic is melted, and if I'm quick enough before it hardens, I can cover the parts that I've scratched horribly. So I've gotten into the habit of saving. Unfortunately, the ones that I miss are the ones that just shoot off into nothing. Yeah, those I have to vacuum up months later. Okay. A12. I am so thankful I don't have to read the text and can just look at the pictures. Because some of these parts, it's very confusing how they're supposed to go in. And this is actually kind of loose, so I'll probably hit this with some glue later. Feel it move. All right. Next is the head. So that's torso complete. Set this over here, and we'll get started on the head, which is very obviously C4, as soon as I find it. Now, if this stream doesn't last as long as I think it's going to, I will probably grab another kit, but I've already got another kit in mind. Wait, anything else from C? Yes. C5. And it's going to just be another grunt. So hopefully another quick, easy one. But one that's pretty easy to get a hold of, at least usually. And that is the Gun Cannon Revive version. Because I love big giant cannons, and it is a sniper support unit. I actually saw something from a Japanese site the other day where it was somebody who took the base Gun Cannon Revive and took the slightly chunkier arms from the Gundam The Origin Gun Cannon Early Type Iron Cavalry unit and added those on, and it makes the suit look meaner because the Gun Cannon Revive is kind of slim, so it kind of needed something else. Where is it? Okay. The other thing I don't like about some of these older kits, so this is Runner B. It is very hard to tell. The newer ones have the letter cut out, so it's easier to tell what you're looking for. All right, and final piece will be B3, which is the helmet. All right, we'll start here. All right. Close that. All right. Put the safety cap back on my tweezers. So depending on the plastic, sometimes, like if I nub it, there's a little tiny mark. And this plastic feels like I can, and I can. Sometimes if you just run your thumbnail or whatever right over the sanding mark, you can actually smooth it out enough that it does not seem to have proper mark. And then you got ones like over here where I did cut just a little wrong so you can see where it's at. So I'm not going to try it with that. I'm going to pull out the X-Acto knife, and I don't suggest doing this towards your finger like I am, but whatever's more comfortable for you. Admittedly, this is a dull blade, so I'm not as scared, even though technically I should be more scared, because that means I'm putting more force on it. Cap back on that. I don't know how many times I've nearly stabbed myself with my X-Acto knives. Okay. So we'll start by doing that, and then grab the only sticker in this kit, which is a definite plus. That is how small that is. When doing stickers, I keep a Q-tip to gently smooth the edges, especially when it's on a rounded surface like this eye camera is supposed to be. There we go. It's flush. Plus, with a Q-tip, you're not going to scratch anything if, say, you bought $20 hollow stickers instead of using the ones the kit comes with. All right. Pops down here. And that is the head. We'll just pop that right on. Not very articulate with this kit, but it works. So I'm probably just going to have it look like it's getting attacked and destroyed anyway. All right, set this back over here. There are all sorts of like little tips and tricks that you'll pick up the more you do this. That one is one somebody taught me while I was on Reddit. And then there's other things. Like if I could remember where the heck I put it, I've got a sticker set that I bought. Well, it's 3 squares long, 2 squares, so about this big, glow-in-the-dark sticker for using for like lights. So when I go to take pictures, I hit it with a bright LED bulb like my light here, and then it'll be glowing brightly when I go to take the picture. All right, time to work on the arms. The arms are weird. Okay, so PCA Do this twice. Actually, I'm not going to need that, so I'll put this over here. Then for the rest of this arm, I will need PCH, which I think is going to be for the hand. PC in. B. And 18. Oh. That did not sound good. Oh. Oh, yeah, that plastic stressed real bad. Oh, well. And B22. And 24. B16. And C2. And I did forget to grab these shoulder joints up here. If you don't want your plastic smudged, you can wear gloves while doing this. I'm not a big fan. I've done it a few times. I just can't keep a grip on anything that I'm putting together. Ah, there it is. It's going to be hidden by the shoulder joint, so I'm not really caring too much. This was PCA. Oh, no, I did miss a spot. No problem. Is it just the one or is it both tonight? I'll get that later. I do not like that seam line, but I'm not going to attempt to clean it tonight. Oh, whoops, it took a little more off than I should have down there. Right. Next part of the arm. So he gets the sleep crazies. You know what? That makes perfect sense. I used to do the same. And, ooh, uh-oh. This is why you should always build in a well-lit area. because if something slips out of your hand, you're going to want to be able to find it quick. Now, if you can see it, if it's that white stress mark, when I snipped the other piece of it off, it twisted and I didn't notice. This is what you want to try and avoid, but thankfully you can always find like little sanding sticks like these that my stepdad got, and just carefully go through. This is going to be on an interior part, so I'm not as worried about it, but occasionally this will gunk up, like when you're trying to pose an arm or a leg. So I think I'll hit it with a little 600, or not 600, 800. Yeah, still there, but it feels smoother. Cutting flush with these scissors, nippers, not always easiest, especially because they are intentionally slanted, but I can get some decent cuts with these. That's why I like God hands, even though they're expensive. But there are cheaper alternatives that are just as good. This goes on here. Oop. Okay. Oh, yeah. Gotta love that snap. Again, this has a seam line from where the hand PC is. That's going to drive me nuts. But I can always come back and hit it with the Tamiya cement later. All right. And, Push that on. Probably repaint this black because you can obviously see the mark where it cut. Unfortunately, it is on both sides. Yeah, very little articulation, but it's okay. And oops. Pop the peg in here properly this time. There we go. Our Zaku Warrior has half an arm. Alright. Moving on to the other arm, which is a little bit more complex because of the shoulder. So we'll start with PCA, B 19 and 17. By the way, let me know if my volume's bad. I'm not using my headset today. I'm just using the built-in mic on the camera here. And sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. Okay. For that, it's BC29 and BC30. So far, so good. No real issues with the plastic, which happens to me on occasion. At one point, I did think I was going to have to start wearing the little glasses I wear when I go to the gun range with my brother to build Gundams because I had the nubs shooting off at my face. It just seems like it's fluctuating. At least to me. I'm not actively listening to it. In fact, I have the stream muted, so you're not hearing myself echo. Or if you are, you shouldn't be. All right. We'll start with the shoulder guard. Yeah, that's what I figured. And no worries, I kind of got the gist of that. I mean, I only stream once in a blue moon, so of course something is going to change. outer shoulder. Of course, it's in the corner. There we go. It's a little stiff, but it's workable. And then H again. course, it only happens on one arm. Ah, well. Alright. Now it wants me to build a hand. So... Good old-fashioned sandwich hands. Pop that in there, and there we go. Where's that? Zaku has a fist. Again, still not a fan of this articulation, but it's better than nothing. And it's still not the worst articulation on a kit that I've dealt with. But it's always the older kits. But then again, that's the way technology works. No, it's not telling me to. I feel bad, so I'm going to give it this other hand. I put the thumb on the right side, didn't I? Good. And pop that in there. And now he's got his arms. I just need to do the shoulder shield. And obviously the waist. Relatively quick. How long have I been streaming? About an hour? Yeah. Some of these kits you can just knock out. And it just depends. So the worst kit that I've, articulation-wise, that I've put together is the old G Gundam high grade. Or, I'm sorry, no grade 144 scale. They have the same peg shoulders, but they just don't seem to move as well, which, considering it's G Gundam, they should have fantastic articulation. Which only a few of them have more modern kits. The Shining and God Gundams, for obvious reasons. And the Master Gundam, while not the greatest, the Master Gundam still has, or at least its master grade, from what I hear, is still fairly good, despite the fact that it's pretty much a 22-year-old kid at this point. Yeah, I think the master grade was 2000. It still holds up fairly well. But yeah. I also haven't put together a third-party kit yet, but I've got a couple of those. So, of the manufacturers that I know of, the two that I hear the best about are Kotobukiya, which has fantastic kits, but they don't print a lot. So you got to wait forever for reprints if you miss out. And then Bandai. Bandai has fantastic plastic. It's usually very easy to deal with, unless it's like the injection gold or injection silver. Because then they can look funny or just be really weak. Did I get it? Almost. Now, there are some kits that just don't hold up very well after they're built. If you stick around in the Gunpla community for a little while, you'll hear the phrase early real grade syndrome, where a lot of the first 1/144 scale real grades, which were high grade size, like this Zaku here, but had all the intricate detail of a master grade. Some of the earliest ones, over time, whether that's a couple months, maybe a year or two, all of the joints become floppy. And so it's impossible to keep them in poses without doing things like putting nail polish on the joints. Let's get PCC. It also doesn't help, at least in my case. I tend to like a lot of ugly kits, or at least ugly mobile suits. They can have fantastic kits, but yeah, I like the weird ones. And unfortunately, some of those really good weird ones do not have either modern day kits or kits at all in some cases. The Zamo, which is from Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory, it's a big, ugly artillery unit. It does not have a model kit. I desperately want it to have a model kit because it's so ugly I love it. Oh, come on. And if the Zamo did have a model kit, it's probably just going to get a big old high grade because it's not meant to be articulate. Like, the only real thing that moves on that suit is the gigantic cannon it has and the arms to a very, very small degree. All right. Let's see, 13 and 12, which are the obvious foot parts. Here, let me tilt this up just a smidge. Yeah, good enough. Yeah. I've been shown and told that you don't really want to put nail polish on a lot of this plastic because it can degrade the plastic fairly easily. However, a little bit of like super glue, gel super glue, you rub it along the joint and it thickens just enough that it can hold in place for a little while longer. But like when you go to paint kits or when you see all the painted kits that I've shown off, there are special paints that you want to use because some paints, and my stepdad found this out the hard way, will straight up melt the plastic. True, I haven't seen your arsenal. And that reminds me, about maybe a week before I show up, I'm sending Gundams your way. Well, maybe not Gundams specifically. I might just get 30-minute missions so you and I can just sit there one night and make our own little plastic robot to give to little man. Ooh. I saw someone the other day. Now, some of these feet have really nice details. And someone's like, you know what? I know you don't get to see it very often, but I don't care. And he completely painted these in with like weathered steel look for all the little thrusters. He had gold and then burn marks. I wouldn't mind doing something like that, but it's going to have to be on a larger kit or a mobile suit that I really care about. Like when I eventually get around to building some of these Pale Rider kits, I adore the Pale Rider. Not sure why. I've never played any of the games that had it in it until they started showing up in GBO2. But I love the Pale Rider's design. Get out of there. And that would be a kit I would gush and paint and perfect. And in fact, I kind of have to, because there are a couple variations of the Pale Rider that do not have kits and probably won't get kits. A good example is the Pale Rider Dullahan. And it gets the name because it does not have the traditional Pale Rider head that has the special system in it that makes it a Rider series. Instead, is this going in between? Aha, no. It has a modified mock-up head and a big old F-off lance and shield. So I'm only going to send maybe like 2, maybe at most 3. I'm not going to send master grades. I'm probably going to send kits this small if I send anything. And like I said, you can either give the little one it to play with, because just want to be able to at least do this one thing with you. There we go, feet. And then I don't care. The only things that might be rough are a couple of the big things I bought you guys a while back. But we'll talk about those off stream. Let's see. PC or C3. Chunky pieces. I'll be flipping this constantly. Gentle. No, Annie's gone, but that's okay. I'm not doing this for views. I'm just doing this to hang out. Oh, crap. Oh. Well, that might be the one time the piece just falling off doesn't really leave a mark. Yeah, some of these older molds have really bad mold lines. And, I mean, these are internal parts or semi-internal parts. These go into the legs. But, Jesus. I'm just glad I'm not buying some of these kits that are plated metallic. So when you cut the little pieces off, you have one little tiny spot, if it's not gated in correctly, where there's no way to hide. Oh yeah, this is where I cut the piece off. Oh, still using C, not bad to be yet. 11. Good example of that is the Gundam Phoenix gold plated. I think it's real grade, so it's high grade in size, but lots of little tiny parts. And that's a lot of gold plating for those armor pieces. So that's a lot of options to just completely screw up. All right. I'm going to take a short break because I need water. So I will be right back. Unfortunately, I don't have a it literally causes the video to oh. It's cool, bro. I understand. I mean, you're already having a hard enough time trying to watch me and deal with the little one. But like I said, I will be right back because I need water. Oops. All right. And back. So, did forget to get the PC out. PC part J. All right. So PCB. Oh, whoops. All right. B11 and 10. Okay. I'll see you in a bit. Also, having the camera on this while I'm over here is constantly throwing me off. Nope, nope. Backwards. There we go. All right. Now for the not so fun part. Power hoses always suck, but I like the look of them. Jesus. Okay. I will save that for when I have the rest of the leg. Oops. Yeah, took a small chunk out of that, but it's okay. Oh, I've been fighting that for the last 20 minutes. As you can see, it won. Alright, so B12. What's this here? Yeah. C1. Back here, I think. Yeah. PCF, which I almost forgot. Okay. Whoops. That's what was missing. I do not advise doing that. The way I just did, because that was the brute force method, and that is usually really bad. But get that little piece in that I needed. Alright. And what did I forget to get? C10. Which is this little thing right here. And it goes onto a 21. Just pops on right there. And you slot right in there. Maybe. There we go. I'll look up the actual coloration for that later. Now for the fun part. Well, popping the foot end's easy. So that's not the fun part. I say it's easy and then the foot just wants to keep moving on me. Nope. Let's keep moving. Which almost had that. Probably why they suggested I put this on before I clamped it together, but whatever. Okay, no, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely wasn't getting that normally. Pop that back in. got a little bit more articulation than I thought it would. Supposed to be. Yep. Okay, good. Had to make sure I had that one in right. But there we go. The first leg. Now, let's do this again because holy crap. And I am actually almost done with this one. If I remember right, there was a splayed out hand that was a little rubbery. Let's just pop it back onto that. Oh, okay. So this back of this hand only goes on this hand over here. Okay. And there we go. And then the right fist. This one is designed to fit on the splayed open hand. So put these in there. Still building. Oops. Oh well. Lost that one. Okay. Okay. That's out of nowhere. PC off again. Power cable number 2. Now, I think I mentioned it earlier, or no, I was talking about Zaku variants. I actually have a Seed Zaku variant, the Slash Zaku Phantom. I have 2 of them. I am probably going to end up customizing one completely while fiddling about with the other one. I'll probably straight build it and just hit it with some, get on here, some top coat, maybe. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. I'll fix that in a moment. Some matte gloss. So, this foot. Okay. And now, both legs. Let me get my light back on. Usually have it set to go off at 11:30, so I start getting tired because it gets dark. There we go. But for the stream, I obviously have all my lights on. All right. Now for the waist unit, which doesn't look terribly difficult. I start with 14. Add 3 and 4 to it. I really like this orange. At least how it looks under the cool LED light. Come back later and hit this with some glue too. I don't trust this. See, A1 and A2. Okay. More of these slot-ins that I'm not a big fan of. Good thing about that orange, it's noticeable. So when I drop a nub, I can find it. Also need a 20. And that's done. All right. So this one there. Skirt flaps. I could split that, but I don't really feel the need to. At least not right now. I'll think about it. All right, and then this piece. Another one. Goes in there. God, that was a tight squeeze. And of course, the tight squeeze is right on the butt flap. Whatever. So this is the front, that's the back. Alright. Start by putting the legs on. Snap this in. And now this one. Alright. Before I forget for the third time. Let me get this other one. Alright. Sure, let's get this. Stupid piece here. Woohoo! I put it in backwards. Oh, that's not good. Alright, I think I got that fixed, so back in these go. This one is done. One runner complete. Okay. And that's everything else. Runners A and B. Everything's left is weapons and stuff, so that's all on C. All right. C14 again. Okay. Neat. So these don't stay on very well, which is fine. Probably glue one on, but that's the shield done. And shield will just Uh-oh. I seem to have missed a step. I did! But thankfully it's an easy step to fix. Pop this arm off. Pull the shoulder guard apart. And add a PC7. Where's that shoulder piece? All right. Can I put that on the right way? Yes, it did. So officially, the mobile suit itself is done. I'm not a big fan of the way this is set in here, but it works. Oh, it doesn't help my border's uneven. Oh, wait. I was wrong. He is not done. Or maybe he is. Does he not have a backpack? Oh, that's right. This one does not come with a backpack. So. And unfortunately, this guy does not come with a beam effect either because his axe, which I'm cutting out now, you can kind of see it when the light catches it, the little marks in it. That's supposed to be a beam effect. I mean, it's on the box. But, oh well. It's not bad. I think I only paid maybe $13 for this kit. Which, considering it's just going to sit on my shelf, it's kind of a lot, but... eh. Alright, now to put the last little bit together. That is the gun. Yeah, army building kits like this are usually not very expensive. So I don't feel bad And in fact, even though I think this kit on its own is missing just that little bit extra, it is also a kit from 2004. All right. Order's complete. Let's get this side handle on here. Let's see. There. This goes that down so it stays in place. On here. And these two. Sandwich. Tip of the beam rifle on. It's supposed to sideways. The final piece. Ammo container. Just pops right on like that. It's got a secondary handle. So I can put in a grip. Now, pop the hand out because trying to put any of the weapons in the hands while they're still attached is a futile task. Is this the right fist? Yes. Yes, it is. And sit there and fiddle with it until I get the pose I like. And there we go. 100% complete. Just gonna make him look up a little. Now, it is missing some minor details here and there. Again, the beam effect is the big one, but there's white pieces that are missing. Red, that's supposed to be on these little grenades on the side skirts, which terrify me. I know those are going to pop right off, but not bad. I'd build maybe 5 or 6 more of these. And they're small. Sure. shorter than a ballpoint pen. So I'll probably buy a couple more of these, paint them up, seal all the little lines that irk me. But yeah, quick kit, put it together in 2.5 hours. Could have been faster, could have been slower. I consider the kit itself done, but I don't consider myself done with it or the rest of them. So eventually I will look for the 3 other variants: the Gunner, the Slash, and High Grade, which is going to be a little harder to find, and the Blaze Zaku. This is Fireball Incarnate. But yeah, for now, I will consider this done, and I will catch you later, man.